all the time that we want to debrief with students, we want to think about with students, we want to invite students to reflect on and share their emotions or related stories about. And it can be really hard to plan in these moments, especially when there's high emotions. We talk about a lot of this on the channel, and there are other videos specifically for how to navigate and how to set things up. But if you just need some initial ideas, I have a resource for you that I want to share. This is the organization that actually trained me in how to facilitate circles. So I love going to them for ideas about how to address things that have happened in recent events and things that are on students' minds. The Morningside Center for Teaching Social Responsibility website, specifically, this is their current issues section. I'm going to link to this in the description of the video. But you can see there's a lot of what they call teachable moments. And so even this top two, you can see they have a little bit different vibe. So this one is probably pre-planned. It is International Women's Day, so Women's History Month. They're just talking about storytelling in women. This one is a current event that has to do with literacy and justice and the campaign to ban books. So let's just click into one of these so you can see the setup here. So with this one, we have kind of a teacher note. So here's some context. Then we have the introduction. So you could use this as an opening circle. There's readings here. So just to kind of orient students to what exactly is going on. And you could take a section of this. I don't think that you have to use the full reading. You could jigsaw it, whatever you want to do. And then here's some ideas for discussion. Now, again, thinking about large class size, all the things, you might ask some students to turn and talk for some of these questions, whole class circle for other questions. You might only pick one big question here. But you can see there are things like what personal connections, thoughts, or feelings did you have? That's a super simple one that we can use for basically everything. But you'll see that in here in the context, in addition to specific things that are, how did you react to this particular piece of reading or this particular event? There's a second reading here if you prefer that one, or if you do have time to do both, or you want to do a multi-day circle, as well as additional questions that are specific to either that one, or again, we see some generalized personal connections. Resource for individually thinking about how do I address this. Great resource for leaders to model for your staff how to have conversations. Do one of these with your staff, and then they can go have them with students. I think that would be great. I also want to say this is not a stand-in or a replacement for talking to other people in your direct community. Sometimes there are issues that don't affect the larger global national scale where something like this might come up on this website, and you want to figure out how to address that in your local community. You also might think about how your particular students are hit or impacted by a particular event, and that's going to be nuanced. You know your students better than anyone else writing things, talking about things out in the world, and so it is really important that you have the spaces to do that. And as a leader, you create spaces for your teachers to do that in their teams. Now, if you're looking to plan a circle and you want a template, I'm going to link to one in the description below this video. Happy planning!